so glad you could join us from the farm, Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Stanford Cardinal. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Miami's head coach told me before the game, he told me this is a big challenge for them just from a time zone standpoint. He's trying to do a lot of research with his sports information and sports performance coaches to make sure their team is prepared and ready to fight this east to west time zone travel. We'll see if they're able to perform well here today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Hurricanes kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Stanford's offense will go to work first. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Gonna run it. It's 4. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? 3rd down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Warren. Got his man. He's not gonna make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. So Miami's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Malachi Tony, every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And there was times during the week where we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week, and we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Got a man. It's Fletcher. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Mensah finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. Run in the red zone, it's Fletcher. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane! Looking for a gap. It's Ford. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. you can only start this one time. So let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
To throw, it's Warren. Complete. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Stanford lines up to punt it away. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Makes a move. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. It's on target and complete. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy. You were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get.
He makes a grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, K.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
Makes the catch.
In college football, you see this a ton now, and you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Looking to pass. It's Warren. Got it behind the line. It's Ford. Could not make his way to the corner.
And man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They just keep firing. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ford. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Puts it out of the air.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Stanford quickly to the line. They'll throw it from the red zone. Caught. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. It's first and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion with the run on first and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. The Cardinal had to settle for the field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road. And trust this guy.
Looking for blockers. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running inside. It's Fletcher. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Throwing, Mensah. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Let's take a look at how these quarterbacks have fared in the early going after the first period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Fires to the right. Makes a grab. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And the Canes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Miami! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Warren. Rushes on him. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. That last incompletion brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the right. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Slips through the line. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Hurricanes! Special teams proving to be special. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point gives him a 28-3 lead. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. The Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to... And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Looking to throw, it's Warren. Going to try to get it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. My goodness, he unloads on that one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. There he goes. Open it up. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
It'll be 3rd and long. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Fletcher. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. He's got 50 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Hurricanes will try to put one on the board and he's in! Touchdown, Kane! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. He gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to throw, it's Warren. Here's a heat. Trying to get rid of it.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect their quarterback a little bit better.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Mensah unleashes one. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Hurricanes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Gets it out fast. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami! Wants to throw. It's Warren. Makes a catch.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Oh, what a grab, pulling it in with one hand. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Fires left. He makes a catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Now the Cardinals decide to spend their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. He's got it and still on his feet. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with Colorado, taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Throwing, Mensah. Right on the money.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's 4. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Stanford now has it in the red zone. They'll run it. It's 4. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Tight end now in motion. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense. And
they'll move the wide receiver. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Unloads to the right. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pressure coming. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They're working that left side. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The Canes are rolling down the field. Here's Mensah to throw. Right down the middle. That's caught. It's Fletcher. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. He wants to throw it again. This one's complete.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Touchdown, Hurricanes! Made the grab. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Warren. Bringing the heat. Dumps it off in the flats. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Stanford lines up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Running inside. It's Fletcher. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Making side adjustments here. Mensah. Fired in there, but incomplete. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Fires quickly. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. Trying to run, it's Fletcher. And he surges across the line. Touch. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To the air, it's Warren. Here's the pressure. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
Another incompletion on third down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The run inside. It's Fletcher.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position.
Could be an alley. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Canes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Throwing, Mensah. Fires to the middle. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone.
Booster, booster. Ready, go.
Trying to find the end zone. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this second and goal. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Miami!
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Soft spot in the middle. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. On target. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Cardinal at the line with the first down. Let's see if they go back to the air. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. They'll move the tight end. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Irvin. Picks up the first down. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
The option, he'll keep it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Here we go. Ready. Flag 14. Flag 14.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and